This is how I got my client from this to this in less than 90 days. Here's the whole entire breakdown from training, nutrition, mindset, everything. Everything we did to go from this to this. This is it right here. So listen up. All right, so number one, starting off, my client, he was really struggling with the biggest thing I think was this problem was his nutrition by far. Biggest thing we focused on at the very beginning was his nutrition, making sure that he had the understanding of like what it meant to eat for fuel. That's the biggest thing I'll understand is you'll have to eat for fuel. It's not about calories, it's not about macros. My client did not track a single macro. He did not track a single calorie. He did not track anything. All he did was I told him to eat intuitively, listen to his body, and eat a certain amount slash a certain kind of food. I mean a certain amount really. I gave him like a perfect day of like what food would look like, just kind of give him like an idea. But the main thing was I was like, dude, listen to your body and eat when you're hungry. Like if you're trying to lose weight and like overall just get more shredded, like you can't force feed yourself. You can't eat. No, you're not hungry. You know, a lot of times you're not even hungry. A lot of times you're just bored. If you're not willing to eat ground beef, steak, or chicken like straight by itself, you're not hungry. You're just bored, or you're having a craving because you saw some TikTok about a cinnamon roll or something like that pop up in front of you. So understand the difference between being hungry and being just like bored and having a craving. Biggest thing to focus on was his nutrition. But before we get nutrition, training. Training was very simple. Training, we focused on having an overall biggest focus on making sure that he did full body lifting, full body hypertrophy focused lifting. That means everything you do in terms of sets and reps is 8 to 12 reps, about 3 to 4 sets, give or take. Not really sure. Depends on what you're starting off at, whatever. And you're trying to build muscle the whole entire time. The whole entire time. Even if you're trying to cut and you're not even trying to bulk, you're still trying to have the intention of building muscle. So I put him through full body lifting. Every single thing he did, I made sure that he was focusing on trying to grow the muscle. So slow, controlled, intentional reps, keeping tension throughout the whole entire movement, and focusing on trying to using a weight or a load or basically an intensity that makes you feel between 8 to 12 reps. Every single thing he did in terms of his lifting was focused on that. We did some drop sets in between. Like I say he did like 3 sets of like barbell barbell back squat, or he didn't do barbell. That's a lie. They didn't even do barbell back squat. I don't like that stuff. Say we did goblet squat, like dumbbell goblet squat. I'll make him do a drop set sometimes after his like 3 working sets. So like 3 working sets, like 8 to 12 reps with like a say a 100-pound dumbbell, maybe something like that. If he used, he would cut that in half to go 50, and he would do like 15 reps till failure, basically get a crazy pump. You want to focus on stimulating your body for physiological growth and neurological growth. Neurological growth is whenever you push yourself so hard that even if you wanted to do more, you can't. Like your muscles just absolutely just taps, and so it stimulates your body neurologically to have that adaptation to grow it and get it stronger. It's like, yo, this isn't strong enough, this isn't big enough, grow it. It's like the connection. Physiologically is like getting like a pump, like pushing actual blood and having actual physiological response to that muscle, and tearing the muscle fibers up and making them actually have to regrow bigger and stronger. 2 types of growth. So we focus on doing both of those in his lifting. Lifting was typically about 3 to 4 days a week. Full body lifting, full body push, full body pull, pushes, rows. Using a lot more compound lifts than like single. And we also did a lot of full body cardio. So I had him running on some days, but most days I would have like luckily he had access to like a gym that had an assault bike and like a rower and stuff like that. So I had him doing like these like basic cardio circuits after his lifts, or on rest days in between his lifts if he didn't have time or he was too busy or if he's just too tired. So lifting was just overall just being consistent. Being consistent was showing up every single day, doing the workout, putting the work in, and staying routine, staying disciplined, staying consistent. That's the biggest thing with lifting. Push yourself on the days you feel the best. On days you're just tired, just do your best. That's the biggest thing I told him. And so training, that was really it. It's full body lifting. It's some supersets. There's sometimes compound sets sometimes. But a lot of times, guys, you're just focusing on lifting with the intention of trying to build muscle because the work demand is so strong in your body that it makes your body have to work so much harder to recover from. That was increase your metabolism, helps you burn more calories. The EPOC, the excess post-oxidant consumption after you lift, is higher than after you run. Lifting is going to burn more calories, it's going to burn more fat than running and doing cardio. So stop running and doing cardio so much, start lifting more. You're going to look a lot better, I promise you, because you got to build a physique. You got to build a physique that you want to look. If you don't have a ton of like muscle development, You have to build that muscle development. So whenever you do lose body fat, you do start to get leaner, you're actually going to look the way you want to look. So lift weights. Promise you, it's worth it. Nutritionally, we focus on two things: purity and nutrient density. Purity, as in, if God did not put it on the earth, don't eat it. It's that simple. Like, if God did not put the food on there, if it did not walk, swim, or grow at some point, don't eat it. It's literally that easy. So, focus on nutrition. Hit on a lot of things where I wanted him focusing on about 90% of his food intake was going to be in steak, ground beef, and eggs. Was like his big three. I was like, I want you to eat this every single day. In any way, like, however you want to get it done, however you want to cook it, that's up to you. Get creative with it. Like switch it up. You can chop the ground beef up. You can cook them like burgers, whatever. You can do steak. You can chop them up and do steak and eggs. It doesn't matter. Get creative. Do whatever you want. So it had a very big variation on how you could cook it. Doesn't really matter. The main thing is I want him to stick to a purity and then nutrient density. Nutrient density as in bioavailable nutrients. Having bioavailable nutrients that you can actually absorb and consume. That's not going to mess with your body. So having a lot of like plants and like doing a lot of things that like natural defense chemicals, it's not going to be really good for you. It's going to cause a lot of gut irritation, and basically it's going to really prevent the nutrient absorption. There's actual like legit things like phytic acid and like oxalates, like they literally prevent nutrient absorption in your body and like mineral absorption. Like it creates inflammation. Like it creates like in holes in your gut, like leaky gut. Like so much inflammation in your body comes from a lot of things that like we think are healthy for us and they're not. So avoid a lot of plants like leafy greens. I would actually focus more. Let's put it this way: you want to survive, plants. You want to thrive, steak, ground beef, eggs. Best way to go. And then in between that, like focusing on a little bit of berries, like natural, like organic, like berries, like blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and just like having fruit almost as like a reward almost. I treat fruit as like a reward. I don't overdo it. I focus on about 90%, and also I tell my client to focus about 90% of his intake going to be on like steak, ground beef, and eggs. And I'll have some salmon in there, some fish is cool, oysters, some of that shrimp, whatever, chicken. But with chicken and pork and turkey, we'll make sure it's going to be like either a pasture raised or a like a free range, like organic. And like even then, like a lot of times it's like a fed vegetarian diet, and like chickens and pork, like and pigs and turkey, they're meant to be eating like a ruminant diet that's based off their evolutionary like bodies and like their overall like what they're meant to have like in the world. And it's not oats and corn and soy products. It's bugs and grubs and little like worms and crap. Like that's what they actually eat. Like they're actually more carnivore than anything else. And we feed them a vegetarian diet, it's not good for them. So when you feed them stuff like chicken and pork and turkey, like we're secondhand eating the things that we don't need to be eating. We don't need to be eating oats and soy and corn and wheat products all the time. Like we need to focus on having like nutrient dense, high protein, high saturated fat foods like steak, ground beef, and eggs. So that was overall focus. Listen to his body, wake up. If he wasn't hungry, I told him like, yo, don't eat if you're not hungry, and make sure you just go throughout your whole entire day, like staying productive and focusing on hydration, mineral water, focusing on mineral water with some salt like electrolytes. Have a pink Himalayan sea salt, Celtic sea salt for electrolytes and sodium. And then I was like, dude, like when you're hungry, eat. Whenever you eat slow, and whenever you're full, stop eating. That easy. And since he was focusing all his food was being like was basically straight meat, he got his protein in no problem. So when you combine the lifting and you combine the nutrition plus a relentless work ethic of a mindset that makes you go so hard every single day because you've established a why of why you're showing up. More of the story is you got to flip the switch and you have to commit to a plan that has an effective training, an optimal nutrition, and a mindset that makes you do not fail. It will make sure you do not fail. When you have those three pillars, you will not fail because you have the plan. There's no more guessing work. It tells you exactly what to do every single day and why you're doing it and why it's going to get you results. And then you have the nutrition to fuel it and to give yourself not only the physical energy, but the mental energy. Like these foods are so powerful. They're so nutrient dense. Your body will feel absolutely incredible. And so my clients literally get results in less than 2 weeks. It's crazy. I got results in less than 2 weeks. I've been training for over 10 years. I switched my diet automatically. I look 10 times better. Went from like to like shredded. Crazy. Effective training, showing up every single day, staying consistent and pushing yourself. That is the biggest key, is pushing yourself every day to just to give your best effort and focusing on making sure you're trying to build muscle. Building muscle. You will not get too bulky. You will not get too. It has taken me over 10 years to build this muscle. 90 days of you trying to build muscle, you will not look like me. I'm sorry to tell you, you won't look that much bigger. I'm telling you right now, it takes a long time to build muscle. So focus on building muscle. Focus on having a nutrient-dense diet that makes you feel absolutely incredible from the inside out. It has a great performance when your workouts, but also gives you the mental performance and mental clarity throughout the whole entire day. These foods literally have nutrients in the fat that give your brain what it needs. Like your brain is literally made of fat, 8% fat. It needs cholesterol, it needs saturated fats. That's exactly what is in these foods. So when you put this body into your body, not only do you feel amazing here, and you start looking better here, you start thinking better. You have better mental clarity, mental energy. You don't have to take naps. You don't get lethargic. You feel absolutely freaking dangerous every single day. When you combine the workouts without nutrition and the mentality of I'm going to show up every single day no matter what. I'm going to do it not only for me, but for my family and for my friends and for my kids, my brother, my sister, my mom. It doesn't matter. Everybody, you do it for somebody who's bigger than you. You do it for a goal and a why it's bigger than yourself. You will be successful. It is guaranteed results every single time. You run the plan, you stay consistent, you eat the food, you fuel your body correctly, and you show up for more than just your freaking self, you will be successful. It is guaranteed results. But are you willing to put the work in? How bad do you truly want it? What are you really willing to sacrifice? What are you really willing to give up? How bad do you really want the goals that you say that you want? Think about it. Are you willing to give up the drinking? Are you willing to give up the bad friends? Are you willing to give up the weekends of just laying around watching Netflix for hours, doing nothing with your day? Are you willing to give up that extra 2 hours in the bed sleeping and go to the gym in the morning if you know you don't have time to do it because you have a job? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to give up the Twinkies and the sweet crap, the cinnamon rolls, the cupcakes, the cookies, the ice cream? The sugar is disgusting. It's horrible for you. It's destroying your body. The processed food, the fast food, the McDonald's, the Chick-fil-A, the seed oils are destroying your body from the inside out. It's literally killing you slowly. That is what the people with all this crazy money in the medical industry is what they want. And you're feeding right into it. You're going to go right into their pocket. You need all these pills, all these medication, you need all these doctors. You know, all these guys to help you and save you, but you won't save yourself. It takes one decision. It takes one decision to get a plan, get the right nutrition, and change your whole entire life. That is so easy, guys. And I just want you to take care of yourself because one day, if you don't, you're going to look back on this moment, you're going to be like, man, if I've just listened to Coach Jay, just listened to Justin, and just took action when he said to take action, and prevented myself from being in this horrible situation, being in a hospital, being overweight, having all these medical problems, dang, if I just would have listened. This is your moment. Take action. Be like my clients. Be like all these people. Be like all these people. All these people just listened. They just listened and they took action. They just didn't give up. They respected themselves enough to take action and to take care of their body before it was too late. You can do the exact same thing. Take care of yourself and respect yourself. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Ready. Get back to you as fast as I can. And I'll change your life. See you next time.